Hey, how you all coping with the coronavirus? Well, it's gone a bit crazy, hasn't it? For me personally, I try not to read the news or get involved with the news too often because I do get drawn into stuff and do get affected. I think it stopped for me when little Maddie McCann went missing, and I used to read the news because I had Dylan at the time was a similar age, and it used to really upset me. And I think I got involved again with the news when the Grenfell Towers, um, the fires there. Again, when I'd watch the news, I'd just get really upset. So, as a general rule, I try not to get too, wrapped up in the news because it's never good. Um, but it's got me hooked. So I think last week, I was trying not to get too involved in it, but having to go to 5 different shops just to get toilet roll and just seeing the way that people were being in the shops just made me start to feel really angry. And I think I had other stuff going on. Like I've got stuff going on with my teenage son, and there's some other stuff going on. And um, I just think I'm trying to deal with that, and then just the shop situation just made it's like a volcano effect, isn't it? All these underlying stuff that keep happening, and then it just takes you not being able to get toilet roll for you to think, ah! And I know, speaking to some friends of mine, people are struggling to get hold of baby formula and Calpol. Little babies are teething or got a high temperature, and they're unable to get hold of medicines for their children. And I know a friend of mine at the school, her mum, elderly mum, was at the shops, and people are barging her and pushing her, and it's frightened her and made her feel quite vulnerable being in the shops. And another story, and I know my mum wouldn't mind me saying this, but my mum's very positive about it all and doesn't get too wrapped up in it all neither. But she went to the shops with a healthy head on, thinking I'm going to get all my healthy food, and all the stuff that she wanted was well, not all the stuff, but a lot of stuff that she wanted she couldn't get. So she just said, "Oh, so I just bought myself some M&Ms, and I came home and I ate them all." And just on that note, I just think that it's very important to acknowledge that it may not be that you're getting involved in the whole political side of stuff, or the whole I've got no opinion of it because I don't really know that much about it to be able to put an opinion on that. But what I do have an opinion on is how it's affecting us, and how we have no control over what is going on, but we have control over how we handle it and how we deal with it, and how we have our emotions around it, because we as a nation are going out panic buying and creating situations that don't really need to be created, perhaps. And and I know that we're all having certain feelings about it, whether it be we're scared the schools are going to be closing, or we can't get toilet rolls or hand wash in the shops, or just some of our normal things that we have in the house every day, and all of a sudden we just can't get hold of them things. Jobs. I know for me, being self-employed, when a recession hit before, some of us, self-employed people, the people that may suffer, or people with small businesses may suffer. I know people, worried about, is their job safe? If they have to have time off, do they get enough pay? So, there's lots of uncertainties around, and it's creating lots of emotions around that. Okay, so with our emotions, the only reason why we feel so bad about stuff is because of our thoughts. And once you have thoughts about certain things, we can create a whole drama inside our head that perhaps doesn't need to be created. And I totally get that people are freaking out, and there's lots of vulnerable people out there. I know people are scared for, I've got a very elderly mother-in-law, and I've got friends who've got children who are, asthmatic and at risk. And there is lots of fear around it. But, sometimes, and I know a lot of people aren't here not trying to lose weight and stuff, but I know that emotional eating, or drinking alcohol, or doing other, things that buffer away or push down the emotions that we're feeling. So what you really need to be doing is addressing them feelings and them emotions and giving them a place, because you've got to give them the space to be what they are. They are emotions, and they are like a wave in the ocean, and emotions come and emotions go, like waves come and go. And sometimes we just need to ride the wave, ride the emotion, and feel that emotion and give it, what it's worth. If we're feeling angry and stressed because we can't get hold of toilet rolls and we've been to 5 shops, allow ourselves to feel that. Allow yourself to feel that anger and feel that emotion without trying to push it down by eating, M&M's, mum, sorry, but, eating food or drinking alcohol, or, trying to make it go away, because them problems and stuff don't go away. They just get pushed inside you, and then they kind of chunder up and churn up inside, and then something else happens, and we get angry about it. So what we need to be doing is just acknowledge what is going on. Certain events being cancelled, maybe we've lost our money, the schools might close, all these things that we're feeling, these angers, these emotions, but just sitting with them and allowing them to be and allowing them to pass. Not getting all roped up in it and feeling all depressed and down constantly, but just kind of acknowledging it and allowing it without trying to cover it up with food and drink and other, destructive ways that sometimes we try and, get rid of emotions. And and don't get me wrong, sometimes it's nice to kind of take the edge off, and that's what sometimes a bit of chocolate does. It takes that edge off of that feeling of feeling angry and stuff. But also a lot of people are going out and panic buying and buying stuff. So they're stocking up on probably biscuits, crisps. I know this because the shelves of these sort of things seem pretty empty. So this is just by me going by what seems to be missing from the shops. But if you're getting all of these foods inside your house, and if you are self-isolating, one thing I want to say is, if you're self-isolating and you've stocked up on certain foods, just bear in mind that that's what you're going to have to eat in your house for the whole time you're isolating, unless people are bringing other stuff in. So, for me, what I made sure that we've got is plenty of meat in the freezer and frozen vegetables, and because they're a best part of a meal for us, instead of panic buying on massive loads of, well, I couldn't panic buy on pasta because there wasn't any pasta, but try not to stock up on all the treat foods. It's good to have treats, it's good to have nice stuff indoors, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't do that, but just be mindful, especially if your goals are to lose weight and stuff, and gyms might close, or if you're self-isolating and you're not getting out, you do need to think about what, if you've not got it in the house, you can't eat it. So just being mindful of that, but also really making sure that you take care of yourself. And if you feel like, for me, I've had all this stuff going on, and it really does, it's on my mind constantly. And last night I had thoughts of my mum and my mother-in-law being stuck at home by themselves and getting sick, and who's going to look after them, and will I be able to go round there and take care of them coming back with the children. And you just start to think about all this stuff that the coulds and the woulds and the whatevers, and it can really affect the brain. So it's just kind of about trying not to get too wrapped up in your thoughts about stuff that you just have no control over, and just being happy. And personally, I find meditation is really helping me. Everyone has their thing, whatever you find that is helping you to stay calm and just carry on with the situation. I'm always available if anyone wants to talk to me, if anyone wants to have a conversation, if anyone wants to message me, feel free. I do life coaching, and I'm panicking a bit, thinking, oh gosh, what's going on now, am I going to get work? And I know other people are, but speaking to my own coach, my own coaches, I've got more than one, we're kind of thinking that at a time like this, people do need coaching, and it is helpful. But if you just want to have a chat and you just want to reach out, I'm always here, and I'll always listen and be there. And hopefully the Facebook group, we can be together. And if we all do end up having to self-isolate, then having Facebook and a community where we can talk and discuss stuff, I hope that it's there if people want it. So take care of yourself. I do intend to make a few more videos. we'll be making videos throughout all of this, and what's going on, and hoping that I can support anybody that feels they need it. So Take care of yourself, and I will speak to you soon.